Welcome back, college baseball fans, ACC baseball fans specifically. Of course, I'm joined by Monty Taylor, who loves copying, getting all the same hats as me. I think Monty may have gotten this one first. I'm not sure, but I know the other ones he did not. So, yeah, see, Monty's just stealing my thunder. I knew I should have gone with the white on blue, but obviously I had to make sure I got as much Carolina blue on one hat as possible. I love how our lightings are different, where mine looks more like the UNC blue. Monty's, at least on my end, looks like a much brighter blue. But we're going to jump right into this because I think this is a very, very underrated regional. And we're going to jump right into the LIU Sharks. My favorite thing about LIU, Monty, is that I actually was recruited by what the school was formerly known as LIU for lacrosse in CW Post, which then became LIU Post as a D2 school, and then moved up to become LIU during their D1 transition. I love the colors. I love the uniforms. I do not love the team as a threat in this regional, though. They are a member of the NEC, not a super strong regional, regional conference. They did take down Wagner and did battle to win 2 games after coming out of the losers bracket to beat Sacred Heart, which again was kind of the team that I projected, I should say, to be in this regional. So they just stuck the NEC champion in anyways. To give you a little bit of idea of what the Sharks bring to the table, they do average 7.22 runs per game. They've hit 65 home runs on the year, which is the least amount in this regional by a decent number. They don't strike out a ton, which is great, but this is a team that I really don't want to spend too much time on just because I don't think they're going to be too much of a threat. It's obviously a great thing for them. I believe this is their first time making the tournament. Not 1,000% sure on that, but it seems to be the case, right, for LIU as a Division I team, first time entering the road to Omaha. Seth Surratt is probably their best offensive bat. He's played in all 54 games this year. He's played in 54 of the 55 games for the Sharks as he's hitting 332. They have multiple guys hitting 300, but again, that comes from playing in the NEC. Not too much to talk home about. Their pitching staff is going to be interesting going into this one. They've got some good numbers, but their starters are all in the 4+ ERA range. So I'm not, again, super – like I could see North Carolina having a ton of success here with this one. We'll transition over, though. Monty, I broke a cardinal rule of this ACC show. I'm wearing something that doesn't have an ACC team on it.
I'm sorry, did you say Cardinal?
Don't make me sad, Monty.
No, you didn't say Cardinals. You said Cardinals, so Stanford.
No, the cardinal rule.
Stanford Cardinals now in the ACC.
But they're the Cardinal, not the Cardinals. Anyways, Monty's over here just tripping me out while he's eating tacos and I'm talking about Wofford Terriers. So, Monty, now I want a Whopper because we used to play the Wofford instead of Whopper. So, anyways, their RPI is 46. This is a team that I obviously watched a lot of this season. I just watched them play 5 or 6. I'm now drawing a blank on how many. I believe it was 6 games in a matter of 5 days in Greenville, South Carolina. They were the 5 seed in the Southern Conference tournament. I watched them also break ETSU's heart the last game of the regular season where they came back from a 10-0 deficit to beat my beloved Bucks in extra innings. This is a team with a lot of senior leadership. By the way, Monty, this regional has 3 teams with 40+ wins. That is obviously a lot of winning for these teams. But just speaking on Wofford, I mean, they are so good at what they do. They play at a very pitcher-friendly park. So they're very much about getting on base and stealing bags, playing small ball. You'll see a lot of, I don't want to say slap ball hitting, but a lot of, again, sacrifice bunts, just kind of putting the ball in play. They have the ability to hit the ball out of the park, but that is not what they're going to rely on. But they average 10 runs a game, a little over. which is actually second in the country, Monty, with their 10.2 runs per game. So they obviously can score. They've got some great senior leaders in Marshall Toole, Dixon Black, Lucas Manning, Jake Renwick. I mean, you can go down their lineup. They are a fun team to watch. I'm obviously super excited for my friends over at Wofford. I wish it was ETSU playing in a regional, but if it's anybody but ETSU in the SoCon, I will give it up to the Wofford Terriers. They are going to be a threat to LSU. I'm drawing a blank on who said it. Now I'm going to go through and find it real quick. But the pitching matchup that we're expected to have on Friday between Wofford and LSU is going to be a really, really good one. Yeah, it was our man Kendall Rogers who put his best opening pitching matchup being this one between LSU and Wofford. We got Gage Jump obviously probably going for the Tigers, but Zach Cowan for Wofford is going to be on the mound. Cowan has struck out 118 batters and only walked 28 in 104 innings of work. I watched him pitch twice this weekend in the Southern Conference tournament. He was the Southern Conference tournament MVP for the Terriers. He has been fantastic all year. He does not, again, walk a lot of guys. Josh, I am picking Wofford to beat LSU. I don't know if I'm going game one, but they're going to get him somewhere. But I really do believe that this Wofford team is capable of a lot. Obviously, LSU is playing fantastic baseball. This is the defending national champion. They should not be in Chapel Hill. We've talked about it before, so we won't waste time on this show going on that rant. I mean, LSU's pitching staff might be the most deep from a starting rotation in this regional. But Monty, I'm curious, what are your thoughts for North Carolina? I know you're eating, but I do want you to tell me, what do you think North Carolina does against LIU?
I think they stroll to a victory.
But who do they go with? Are they
I think they're gonna stick because they're it's one or two. I mean, I think they're both pretty even.
So Monty, you're gonna have to remind me. Is Sprague gonna be game one then?
No, DeCaro would be game one if they stuck
game one. Sprague's game two. Who would be game three? Why am I drawing?
Aiden Hall.
That's it. So, yeah, I mean, I think game two probably favors Carolina. Now, if LSU does what they're supposed to do and beats Wofford, right, then I do think that we have a great pitching matchup there, obviously with Sprague versus Holman. But this regional is going to be awesome. A lot of LSU fans are obviously making the trip over. That regional, I believe, is already sold out as expected. Hopefully most regionals will be. I think what's amazing to me, Monty, is that LSU throughout the season has really not scored a ton of runs. They're only averaging 7.18, which, again, seems like a lot, but that's 113th in the country. It's the least amount of any team in this regional. So it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, they hit a ton of home runs. They're actually tied with North Carolina with 105 home runs on the season, which is 21st in the country. And this regional is fantastic. Monty, if it weren't for the fact that I don't know if it's worth me going, again, conflict of interest, because I would want to cheer for Wofford and I also want to cover ACC. For fairness, I did not want to go to this regional, but this regional does get me really, really excited. If I had to buy a ticket to a regional, Monty, this is the one I'm buying a ticket to.
I did laugh at you saying it's a bit underrated, and I didn't think it was. I thought a lot of people were psyched just because the UNC LSU.
And maybe that's why I'm saying it's a bit underrated, because I don't think people are giving enough credit to Wofford. I'm not saying that Wofford is like, I think Wofford is a 3 seed anywhere would be dangerous. And like, that's where I think this is beneficial to Wofford. So I was talking to some people that obviously in our ETSU staff, because we're obviously going to talk the SoCon team. We feel pretty good about where Wofford's sitting because everyone's just talking about LSU UNC in game 2. No one's really talking about what Wofford can do. Josh obviously hinted at it. I'm not saying I'm picking Wofford. I'm going to debate back and forth all week because this is one of those, Monty, that I want to go with my heart or my brain, just think and do, which would say just pick LSU here instead of going with my heart, which is pick my SoCon brethren, the Wofford Terriers. But this is going to be a very good regional. Monty, is there anything you want to add on this regional before we call this a show?
I think UNC's got a really deep pitching staff. It's going to be pretty close there with LSU because Dalton Pence Matthew Matthias, those two guys, Matt Poston. Those are guys they're going to go deep. I think UNC is looking a little bit better than I think I initially thought last night when we were talking. So I might have a change in my picks from last night.
I love it. Well, Monty, it's that time of the day of the show, and we're trying to keep these somewhat short. And we can obviously answer any questions. Feel free to comment on any of these videos if you have any with thoughts. We just want to give some flowers to everybody that deserves a little bit more. But I am going to go with LIU going 0-2 here. I am going to put Wofford at 3, but I'm going to caveat with Wofford's winning a game.
They have to if they're going.
Well, that's true. They're going to win. Well, then they can't win 2 games, right? And beat a 2.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Man, you know what? Screw it, Monty. Let's just let LSU fans cancel us
every time.
LSU at the 3. Every time I fall back into my own ways, Monty, it's fine. Give me LSU as the 3 here, going 1-2, losing to Wofford, but then they beat. But see, they could no, Monty. I got my caveat. Wofford goes 1-2. They're the 3.
Look at the.
No. I'm standing on it. They're going to go 1-2, but they're going to beat LSU game 1, and then exactly what Stanford did last year in the Auburn regional. The other, again, fellow SoCon brethren, win game 1, take down LSU, but then lose to North Carolina in game 2 in the 1-0 game, and then LSU gets their revenge because LSU does have a deeper staff than Wofford. So that's where I'm going with that. LSU the 2, UNC the regional winner. Monty, where are you going with it?
I'm going LIU 0-2, Wofford 1-2, and then I'm going LSU 2-2. Try it. Yeah, 2-2.
Yes, that would be correct.
And UNC is going to have to come out of the losers bracket because I think Luke Holman beats UNC to go 2-0, but I think the pitching after that for LSU struggles a bit.
Gotcha.
And LSU beats him, or UNC beats him twice.
I like it. All right. With that being said, that wraps up the Chapel Hill Regional. There will be 4 more of these coming. I don't know exactly when Monty's filming the other 4. Monty, can you let people know when those might be?
Yeah, Jake and I are going to do the Norman and Charlottesville regionals tomorrow night, and then it sounds like Nick and I will be doing the Greenville and Raleigh regionals on Thursday night.
Fantastic. All right. Well, that's going to obviously wrap these up for the day. Monty, thank you for grinding out 4 of them with me. I hope your tacos were everything you hoped for and more. Hayden, thank you for hopping on, obviously, for the Clemson Regional. It means just a little bit less in ACC country, right, Monty? But I'm excited. It's probably the last time you'll hear from me until after regional play. I might do something for fun. What? When am I going to be on another show with you before this regional play is done?
I don't know.
Well, maybe I'll pop in on one of the shows on Thursday at my hotel in beautiful Athens, Georgia. But that being said, thank you all for obviously tuning in. Josh, shout out to you. I think you run every single show. But as always, go ACC, right, Monty?
Yep.